From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
What do you have coming up?
We have a story about a kid millionaire. A few years ago, he was a high school dropout with a good idea, and along the way, he hired his parents to do some of the work he couldn't or wasn't old enough to do. And now, like I said, he is a millionaire, but the story doesn't end there because he is not acting like a typical millionaire. You'll see why in just a minute.
Okay.
Today's American Story with Bob Dotson comes from Atlantic City, New Jersey, where you're invited to fly with the rich but not so famous. This new multimillionaire has a story that defies the odds.
Jared. Here's to the people who are different, who see connections the rest of us do not. Jared Isaacman had an idea that is now worth more than $50 million. He figured out a way for businesses to process credit cards more quickly.
This is where it all began.
In his dad's basement, Jared was just 16 when he left high school to form the United Bank Card Company.
Morning, September.
Why did you do that? Why did you drop out of school?
I had older brothers by 15 years to look up to, and their lifestyle just looked that much better.
Well, that was pretty upsetting to me, and we had long discussions about it.
Until Jared hired Mom to be his bookkeeper.
Somebody had to do the bookkeeping. Somebody had to do the checks.
In the morning, I was the mom, and I was saying, you know, clean up your room. And then in the afternoon, he was yelling at me and saying, did you send out the check for this bill yet?
Ironically, the 16-year-old credit card king was too young to qualify for a credit card. So he hired his dad to wine and dine customers.
What did you think was the biggest challenge he faced?
His inability to drive was a big obstacle. So,
In the next 3 years, Jared's company grew more than 2,000%. The first thing he did was pay back his parents for the use of the basement. And then on Father's Day, he bought his dad a car that cost more than their first house, a Ferrari. The next big check he wrote to a homeless shelter, $24,000. How many 23-year-old philanthropists do you have?
Oh boy, let me count that up. None, besides Jared.
Why didn't you wait till you retired before you started giving your money away?
I think the homeless situation has always impacted me, and first opportunity, I wanted to do something about it.
Because homelessness is not just a threat to the poor.
we had approximately a year and change to be able to stay in the house.
Jared's dad had lost his job before Jared hired him.
He gave me a second lease on life, so I was very fortunate.
Given what was happening, do you think Jared saved the family?
I think without a doubt.
Despite his multi-millions, friends insist Jared is still the same guy. Even dates the same girl he met when he was poor.
He's very independent, very generous.
How generous?
He got me a car.
Volkswagen?
No, a Mercedes.
A gift after she graduated from college and joined the company in risk management. Jared now employs 125 people. No one knew his age before they signed on.
Morning, Nancy.
I said, that's the CEO of the company, and I have 3 sons who are older than Jared.
But none busier. At 23, Jared now has 60,000 clients.
Much success and fun to all of us tonight.
Cheers. Jared.
Put 100 on the 9 for the dealer.
You may think you know how this story will end. Jared chasing money the rest of his life.
Needs to work.
But he dreams one day of giving up all this and becoming a doctor. Don't think so?
Don't stop the hot man.
Don't bet against his dreams. For today, Bob Dotson, NBC News, with an American story in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
And Jared is truly worth his weight in gold. Now here is Matt.